Yeah. Welcome everybody to AG Maths. Next video on coordinate geometry, part 3. In the part 2, I have discussed about the section formula. That section formula was to find the coordinate of any point which is dividing the join of 2 points in a ratio of m1 or to m2. And the coordinate of this point was say x1 y1, this was x2 y2, and suppose the unknown coordinate was xy. So we deduced and understood that x value for the R point is m2 x1 plus m1 x2 by m1 plus m2, and the y value for the same point R was m2 y1 plus m1 y2 over m1 plus m2. This was done in the last class where the point is dividing the joint internally. Now it can happen that the point is not inside, the point is here and the join of 2 points are here. If it is x1 y1, x2 y2 and this is xy, again in the ratio PR is to QR is M1 is to M2, then we will get the values as for the x coordinate of this point R will be M2 x1 minus M1 x2 by M1 minus M2. Both the plus signs of the internal intersection will change to both negative signs. So the y coordinate will be m2 y1 minus m1 y2 over m1 minus m2. So this is the result. Today we will talk about something more in continuation to this concept. Right. So I will tell you how to find the coordinates for centroid. Coordinate of the centroid of a triangle. Now what is centroid? Centroid of triangle. Centroid is the point in the triangle where the medians will intersect. Will be C, and suppose I draw a median like this D, from B I draw E, and from here I draw F. So D, E, F are midpoints of BC, AC and AB. BC, AC and AB respectively. So what I am telling that ABC is a triangle and D is the midpoint of BC, E is the midpoint of AC and F is the midpoint of AB. So these points joining to the opposite vertex AD is joining D with A is the median for BC. Again BE is the median on AC and CF is the median on AB. So intersection point normally we call this as G. So G is called the centroid. And we need to find the coordinates for G when we know that A is x1 y1, B is x2 y2, and C is x3, y3. We know three different vertices of a triangle have got the given coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3. There is a point inside the triangle G which is called the centroid. Centroid we have explained what it is. Now if we have to find the coordinates for the centroid G, let us assume it is x comma y. Right? Now this centroid divides the median AD in the ratio of 2:1. That is, AG is to GD is 2:1. That we know. The centroid divides the median in the ratio 2:1. Similarly, BG is to GE is also 2:1. CG is to GF is also 2:1. It will always happen. Right? Now we also know if AD is the median, then BD must be equal to CD. That is the meaning of median, middle point D. So the coordinate of D will be sum of these two by 2, as we understood in our previous class in the section formula. That the midpoint coordinate is the sum of the x values divided by 2 and sum of y values divided by 2. Right? Now this is the coordinate for point D. Now as point G is dividing the line AD in the ratio 2:1, so we apply the section formula and find the coordinate of G and write Gx is equal to, if this is M2, this is M1 and this is x1 y1. So M2 into x1, 1 into x1 plus 2 into this 2, M1 is to this coordinate will be multiplication of x2 plus x3 over 2 plus, that is already done, then divided by 1 plus 2, because it divides in the ratio 1:2. This was Gx. If you cancel this 2 and 2, the answer is the sum of x1, x2, x3 over 3. Similarly, we get Gy, which is 1 into y1 plus 2 times y2 plus y3 over 2 whole divided by 1 plus 2 and comes to y1 plus y2 plus y3 over 3. So these are the values. The x coordinate for G point and the y coordinate for G point is sum of all the x values of the triangle divided by 3 and the y coordinate sum of all the y values divided by 3. It is so simple to memorize or keep in mind. So that is what is the centroid of the triangle. Right. I hope you all understood this. So we go to another topic today. We'll find the area of a triangle. Area of a triangle when again we know all the vertices. The vertices of the triangle are known. What will be the area of the triangle? Suppose we have a triangle like this. It's called A, B, C, and I have got some axis already here. I'll draw the axis. These are the x-axis and y-axis. Origin. ABC is the triangle where A point has got coordinate as x1, y1. B point has the coordinate of x2, y2. And C is x3, y3. Now I am dropping perpendicular from all these points onto the x-axis. Right. Let it be AM, BL, CN. So AM, BL and CN are the perpendicular. AM, BL, CN are perpendicular from ABC on x-axis. So we know the area of triangle ABC will be equal to what? Trapezium ABLM, area trapezium ABLM plus area of AMNC, area trapezium AMNC, and if I subtract the trapezium BCNL, area of trapezium BCNL. Is it clear? I want to find the area of ABC. This triangle area I want to find. So I take the trapezium ABLM, add AMNC, so I get the whole figure under this boundary, and then I subtract this lower part, which is the white part. Then we get the section part, and section part is the area of the triangle ABC. Now we know the area of trapezium is sum of the parallel sides into distance between them. So what is the distance between them in the first case? It is either LM or this much. So we will call LM. LM distance is equal to from O to M minus OL. That is x1 minus x2. Right? Then what is the distance from O to N? L to N? Ln is equal to On minus OL. That is x3 minus x2. 3 minus x2. And another distance what we want is Mn. Mn distance is equal to 3 minus 1. x3 minus x1. So these are the three x values we want to multiply with the sum of these y values. So what we get? Area of this trapezium is what? This plus this multiplied with this. So y1 plus y2, y1 plus y2 multiplied by Lm. Lm is x1 minus x2. Then I add area of this trapezium. So what is this? AM plus Cn. AM is y1 and y3. y1 plus y3 multiplied with Mn. Mn is x3 minus x1. Then you subtract. What we are subtracting, sum of these two. So BL and Cn sum is y2 and y3. y2 plus y3 multiplied with Ln. Ln value is x3 minus x2. x3 minus x2. Now this is what is the area of ABC. You open this and rearrange. Then what we will get? The area of the triangle form will be half of, I am arranging in the order x1 into y1 plus y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y1 minus y3 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. See, it is half of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y1 minus y3 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. How to remember this? It's so simple. Area will be half. Multiplication of x1 and x2 and x3 are all positive terms. Terms are getting added. Three terms. this x1 will be followed by 2 and 3, cyclic order. 1, 2, 3. Then again comes your, x2. x2 is y3 minus y1, sorry. y3 minus y1. Then 2, 3, 1. From 3, again it comes to 1 and 2. Right? In this way, we keep remembering. So this is what is the area of triangle ABC. If ABC all are in the same line, then the area of this triangle will be equal to 0. ABC is 0 if A, B and C are collinear. That is also very important to remember. If you have some time to prove that these 3 points are collinear, that means the area of the triangle form will be nothing. It will be 0. Correct? So this is about the area of triangle. Now we can also find the coordinates for in-center, circumcenter, orthocenters of a triangle. Provided you know what is the definitions of all those. Now, circumcenter. What is circumcenter? The triangle is inscribed in a circle. Then these are the radius. O is the circumcenter. Then we say OA is equal to OB is equal to OC is equal to capital R is the circumradius. Circumradius. And this is called the circumcircle. And if the triangle is having like this and a circle is inside this, then this are equal. So from this O, or you call it as C, you call it as another point, say, okay, let us call it O. Then A, B, C, D, E, F. Then again OD is equal to OE is equal to OF. Is the small r is the in radius, because the circle is called in circle. This was called circumcircle. Right? Similarly, we can find what is the orthocenter. Orthocenter means if I draw perpendicular from the vertices ABC of the triangle on the opposite side, they will also intersect at one point, and that point of intersection is called the orthocenter. So, to be on the lighter side today, I have taken a lot of time for this topic. I give you a small riddle to think over and try to come with the answer. Six wolves, six wolves can catch six lambs in 6 minutes. Okay, six wolves can catch six lambs in 6 minutes. Then how many wolves are required to catch 60 lambs in 60 minutes? How many wolves are required to catch 60 lambs in 60 minutes? I'll give you the answer in the next video of mine. You think and try to get the answer and verify you have done it right. So good mathematics is not that knowing many answers to the problem. It is how you approach when you don't know the answer. Right? Somebody has said like that. Now I request you once again to click the icon. If you have liked my video, please click the icon and subscribe in order to get intimations of my next videos. I'll keep on helping you with new topic concept and hope it is helping you to learn something. In case you have any comment, please put in the comment box or try to reach me through email. I'll try to satisfy your queries and give your answer to the best of my knowledge. Thank you very much for watching the session.